Hello everybody, Kimosabe here, coming at you with another video. So this one's off of Newsweek webpage, a write-up by David Brennan on August 16th, 2018 at 6:56 a.m. with the topic of India is introducing free healthcare for 500 million people. The Indian government will pay for healthcare for around 500 million of its poorest citizens, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi declaring that the country can reach its potential only with a healthy population. During his speech to mark the country's Independence Day on Wednesday, Modi said it is essential to ensure that we free the poor of India from the clutches of poverty due to which they cannot afford health care, the Times of India reported. The National Health Protection Mission, also known as Modi Care, will give impoverished families health insurance coverage up to $7,100 every year. This may not seem a lot by American standards, but in a country where the annual per capita income is just over $1,900, it will make a massive difference to those who cannot afford private treatment. Public hospitals in India offer free but less sophisticated care. The system is strained to the point of collapse, with hospitals struggling to secure enough beds and staff to care for the sick. The lack of access for rural communities where 66% of Indians live forces people to travel many hours to reach urban facilities if they want treatment. This means the private medical sector cares for the majority of India's patients and charges them accordingly. When the project was announced in February, then Finance Minister Arun Jaitley declared it the world's biggest government-funded healthcare program. According to the mission's chief executive officer, Indu Bhushan, this is going to be a game changer. Medical costs are one of the primary causes of poverty in India. Around 63 million Indians fall into the poverty each year because of healthcare bills, and 70% of all charges are paid directly by patients. As India looks to become an economic superpower, rivaling the US and China, crippling healthcare costs and preventable illnesses and deaths are significant problems. Average life expectancy in India is 69, significantly below China at 76 and US at 79. The mortality rate for children under 5 is 43 per 100,000, and in 2015, 1.2 million children died of preventable diseases. Rather than invest in the public system, Modi's government has decided to pay for private hospitals to pick up more of the slack. The private healthcare industry is booming, drawing staff away from already chronically under-resourced hospitals. The country has promoted itself as a healthcare tourism destination, and the value of the private medical sector. Sorry everybody, the page just crashed. We're going to bring you right back to that spot. And 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 alright, we'll start again here. Rather than invest in the public system, Modi's government has decided to pay for private hospitals to pick up more of the slack. The private healthcare industry is booming and drawing staff away from already chronically under-resourced hospitals. The country has promoted itself as a healthcare tourism destination, and the value of the private medical sector is expected to triple to $133 billion by 2020. But the network is still not large enough to take on responsibility for half of the country's population. Doctors are in short supply, with just one for every 1,315 Indians, and the Washington Post reported Modicare will put huge pressure on India's private hospitals, and Bhushan said that he expected 5 million more operations and that facilities will need to find 35 million more hospital beds. Asked how hospitals would deal with the influx, he simply said the market will do that. In February, he said 8,000 hospitals have signed up for the Modicare and agreed to set costs for certain procedures. He also suggested the expansion of the patient pool would encourage investors to build more medical centers to meet demand. India spends around 4% of its gross domestic product on healthcare, in which only just over 1% is provided by the government, according to World Bank figures. This is far below economically advanced nations, including the US, which spends 17%, although this is arguably far higher than it should be. Modicare will cost around $1.7 billion each year, according to Reuters. The Prime Minister has already expanded the 2018 to 2019 healthcare budget by 11.5% to $8.3 billion in anticipation of the added funding pressures. There you have it, everybody. Sorry for the crash there and a little pause before we finish the write-up. Just a little bit of a dodgy page. And yeah, so interesting little piece of information there. Definitely hit up the subscribe button if you find the information interesting. And yeah, leave me some comments if you like. Definitely real busy. I know definitely I think a video of this. I'll basically do videos every 3 days. And yeah, just with everything with work and volunteering and just being real busy out there right now, I'm gonna push that to like every 4 or 5 days. Lately I think it's been every 4 days about. So yeah, I'll definitely keep trying to pump you out more content. And yeah, my bad on that. Definitely trying to keep them going every couple of days, but you know, it's tough and not necessarily easy to keep regular videos when, you know, you get tired or you keep on working and this and that. So keep on doing my best. Thanks a lot for sticking with me, everybody, and Kimosabi out, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot, everybody.